Cassandra, our mother, our queen, our killer, our corpse. I am her fruit. I am her nectar. I am her ambrosia. The temple holds her bones. The temple hides her. Open not her tomb. Back. Turn back while you can.
Assassin's armor!
Deliverance from the heavens!
Your death within is at hand.
As good as a new penny. Back on my feet again. On the mend! Flare!
mother, ruler of our souls. I am her fruit. I am her nectar. I am the Lick Queen. You cannot touch her. You cannot pierce her. You cannot kill her. Forever will she reign. Forever we are her subjects. Back. Turn back while you can. The phantom will take you. Go no further. Her realm is death. Cassandra, our queen, our rotting mother, ruler of our souls. I am her prey. I am her subject. I am her soul. The dead pay tribute. The temple honors her. The temple of the dead. Some will take you. The forest will.
Darkness.
never. Curse the human corpus, and curse the human consciousness you've given me. Far happier was I as naught but a carefree cat.
Ours was happiness once, and can be again. Why would you resist such promise?
Because you are no longer a woman worthy of love. It may be your brother's doing, but you are a ghoul beyond redemption. This entire forest is nothing but your abattoir, and it sickens me.
Perhaps you are meant to be my redemption. Submit to me and all this horror will vanish.
Save your breath, Cassandra. I'll not be swayed by your lies.
You were all... What do I spy? Remarkable. A living, breathing something, it seems. You dare to approach me here, mortal? Don't you know who I am? Don't you know what I do? The sister of the king, of course. The phantom of the woods, of course. The mother of all corpses, of course. The ruler of the dead. It is self-evident. I am Cassandra, queen of the Phantom Forest. And you have come where you are not welcome. The only king, Brachus Rex. He rules all of Rivellon, and I, his double, rule too. For a time, at least. We were forged together by our very souls, and all that was his was mine, and all that was mine his. But it's no wonder you haven't heard of me. He's gouged me from history, one statue, one tablet, one scroll at a time. But make no mistake, I live. Strange, isn't it? How a love greater than the gods themselves can tear you from time. But time matters little to me anymore. No, it floats past me unfelt as light upon a blind eye. To hide his weakness, to conceal his greatest misdeed. My brother was a kind ruler before he became a rabid tyrant, but his descent into madness was swift. Power he gained, and with it a terrible fear of death that hounded him ceaselessly night and day. He stationed 100 guards outside his bedchamber and mine, but still he kept awake all night, expecting assassins. He soon determined that he must diminish his risk. I, his sister, forged to his soul, was his greatest liability. My death would spell his, and so he sought to break the bond between us. My brother is a clever sort. Once he sets his mind to a task, it's good as done. Brachus discovered that while we lived, the forge could not be broken. But this did not deter him. No, for Brachus there are only temporary difficulties. And so he turned me into an immortal creature. Living, yes, but wedded to death. A lich, destined to roam, ever half alive among the world of the living. We were lost to one another. We who had walked hand in hand through all of life. We who shared each thought, each trial with perfect understanding between us. I was cast out and aside. And Brachus, empowered by his new freedom, went on to rule. But I've never forgotten his betrayal. No, I've spent centuries searching, seeking, until the perfect solution appeared before me. How better to have guaranteed my brother hated his own cold, cruel heart than to make him feel my torment. I discovered how to restore our soul forge, and I determined to bind our souls once more. The torment of the never-arriving grave would have haunted him as it haunts me. The pain his betrayal caused me would have been his to savor. But in the end, my brother found a worse fate than any I could have devised. Source King that he was, Brachus was stricken down not once, but twice. First deposed, then resurrected, then defeated once more. I can think of no finer torture for that proud madman than to come to the cusp of glory, only to be cast back down for all time. Is that so? You, a frail mortal, laid low the eternal crown of Brachus Rex? How sinfully inglorious. Yes, how humiliating for the so-called Lord of Chaos to find himself run through by a slave to age and order. I do believe thanks are in order. To show my gratitude, I will allow you to roam my woods at your own discretion. This is no mean feat that I swear to tolerate the stench of your living flesh, mortal. Take it as a tremendous honor. Is that so? And how might I weigh the debt of a mortal? Could you do more for me than, say, a boar, a wolf? Does your kind not serve me best when the lovely blush of rot swells along your delicate hide? Still, I do suppose we could come to an agreement. Ahu, the one I love, is reluctant to admit that he loves me too. He clings to the past like a fading old man. So I desire to drive him from denial into acceptance. He is a stubborn one, though, that pussycat. And he has mastered the magic I once filled him with better than I had foreseen. That is why I need an ingredient even he cannot resist. An ingredient called stasis fern. There is a spirit in this forest called Shiera, who is known to possess like rarities. Alas, she seems to have quite vanished. It's simple, really. Find her, obtain the stasis fern, and the spell you desire shall be yours. It is an anomaly, a plant that is said to have grown in another realm altogether than Rivellon. The first garden, a place of myth and miracle. There, so the spirits of this forest told me, it bloomed and delighted with its fragrance no more. Yet taken from the first garden and brought here, it took on source-like particularities. Its magic is one of permanence. A magic as eternal as the world from whence it came, and with it, what I want will be mine. Ahu, my lover forever. Obviously, but that would be a disaster now, wouldn't it? A disaster of such proportions that I'd have to vent my rage on your innards. You will submit to me. You will take the guise I have given you.
Never. Curse the human corpus, and curse the human consciousness you've given me.
The boar tries to grunt and squeal, but not a note high or low does it produce. Its entire body bespeaks an exasperated frustration at being unable to do so. The boar energetically points towards the downward sloping path. Whoever robbed him of his voice might be close by indeed.
Hold still, you filthy beast!
You approach a man dressed in all too familiar immaculate robes. With a strange voice marked by occasional growls that a boar might make, he is about to cast a spell on a terrified bunny, which he is gripping tightly in his worn and claw-like hands. Your approach startles him, however, causing him to relax his hold. Feeling the pressing fingers slipping from its little body, the bunny manages to break free and quickly disappears into the nearby rabbit hole. The Immaculate eyes you hatefully and yells.
Curse you! I've got a few words left in this barren throat of mine, and it took me the damnedest time to get my paws on that long-eared good-for-naught. Elaborate on what? That I have no voice unless I take one, eh? That I am mute unless I make other voices mine? Mine for an infuriatingly short time? And what do you care about a dumb deer, you cretin? What do you care about a...
The Immaculate seems to be rapidly losing his ability to speak, managing only to growl like a boar in heat. Then he coughs violently and falls completely silent as he mouths torrents of unspoken expletives. His intention is rather hard to misread, though. He'll tear you limb from limb unless you do him that courtesy first.
Stand strong! Strike harder! You can't keep still. Fancy knives, fancy knife work. Pathetic! Striking it rich!
Tukso, ekel dirigos. Tuksko, taitain bad, hugu. Tugaksot, titain, tugyo, tuksyo, fokor. Real fast, or. Is that not who you are? We Titans are an ancient race, Guardian. There are certain things we are beginning to remember. Cassandra, hers is a tragic tale. She was once the Lady of the Realm, the much beloved sister of Brachus Rex, soul forged with and they shared a bond unmatched among mortals. But as Brachus's power grew, so did the distance between him and his sister. He began to see her no longer as an extension of himself, but as a liability. If she were to die, Brachus would be dragged into the afterlife alongside her. The powerful king couldn't stand the thought. There is no breaking a forge of souls, but there are ways, terrible ways, to dance around them. Brachus, an accomplished sorcerer in his own right, decided that he would sever himself from Cassandra at any cost. And so he transformed her into a lich, half-living and half-dead. Unable to die, she no longer threatened him. But hers was a cursed life. She sought death like a moth seeks the flame, worshipped it as her one and only idol. She fled to these forests, where she could find a kind of solitude in which to mourn her fate. Here she clutches death about her like a shroud, and any fool enough to approach her is invited to share her fate. A lick is a lick, Guardian. Burn its bones, and it becomes vulnerable. The difficulty rests in finding those bones, for their location is the Lich's best-kept secret. Her body rests in the Temple of the Dead, where only corpses can enter. Well hidden are her bones, but the careful seeker will surely find them.
Intruder spied.
Choose a barrel if you dare. Perhaps you'll find some treasure there. Perhaps you'll find a monster, though. Oh well, there's just one way to know.
The Phantom will take you. The forest will hold you. Go no further. Her realm is death. Cassandra, our queen, our rotting mother, ruler of our souls. Hidden switches like skulls. Hidden switches hide her. The temple. The temple will take you. The forest will hold you.
Lost! A myriad treasures at my fingertips. Lost.
I hope you were choosy at least. Or did you leave the best bit to blow to smithereens?
Who will hear your moans? Who will
Intruder spied.
Where is our spirit? Where has she fled? She cannot be defeated. She will not die. Where is our spirit? Where has she fled? Treasure!
Intruder spied.
Spirits of shadow, conceal me!
She cannot be defeated.
Intruder
She
spied.
will not.
Intruder spied.
The Temple of Death welcomes only its likeness.
Intruder spied. Intruder spied.
Go no further. Her realm is death. Cassandra, our queen, our rotting mother, ruler of our souls. Burn her bones. Make her weak. Burn her bones. Make her weak. Our spirit.
Intruder
Where
spied.
has she fled?
Spirits of shadow, conceal me!
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Intruder spied. Intruder spied.
She cannot be defeated. She will not.
Intruder spied.
within hailing distance.
Marksman's poise!
Your death is at hand. For you! The unending darkness.
As good as a new penny.